Hi all, and today I am going to be showing you how to create some fun botanically dyed Easter eggs. And we can dye our eggs with all sorts of cool plants, specifically kitchen scraps that would have gone into your compost bin. You can get a second life out of your kitchen scraps dyeing these cool eggs. So let's see what it takes to make them and how to get started. So what you're going to need is your eggs. I have some brown and blue eggs that I will be using. A friend gave these to me from her chickens, so that's really exciting to be able to use. These colored eggs are already going to be creating some nice deep underlying tones, so just keep that in mind. If you do have eggs that are already colored, they are not your standard white eggs, that the color will come out a little bit different. You can also use white eggs too. They're totally fine. We'll also need our plant matter. So what I will be using is red onion skins, the tops from beets, and turmeric. This brown turmeric is going to create a lovely yellow color. You'll also want some white vinegar to help make this color really, really vibrant and really stand out. You'll want a pot, and one pot per color that you're going to create. You're going to put some water in that pot as well, so you need water. A drying rack, because you won't want to put your eggs on a flat surface as they dry. You want some air underneath, otherwise the back sides or the bottoms will take forever to dry, as well as the color might come off a little bit. And just to keep in mind, if you want to play around with color, using small dishes can be great to dip eggs into, to test other different colors out, but you're not going to be able to fully submerge an egg into a small container. So just things to keep in mind for the project. But now let's get started. Beet tops are going to make a really beautiful magenta color. So I'm going to be cutting off the root of the beetroot, that long skinny portion, as well as the top of the beet where the leaves would have emerged from. I don't need that when I am preparing beets as a dish. So when I cut them off, I can set the rest of the beet aside for my dish, but this stuff I would add to my compost bin. But now I can use this kitchen scrap to create dye with. So I'm going to chop it up pretty small, and I'm going to add this to my pot. I'm going to turn the heat kind of to a mid-range. You can already start to see some of that beautiful pink color bleeding into the water, but I want to pull all that nice color out. I'm also going to add some vinegar, and this is going to help maintain color fastness. So about 2 tablespoons. Stir and let sit for a while. Process. We can turn the heat off and then strain out that liquid into a bowl. We want to keep in mind that not all of these dyes are what's called substantive dyes. Some of them are fugitive. The beet, this nice magenta, and the turmeric, these are what's called fugitive dyes. If you were to use red cabbage, that's also a fugitive dye. That means that they're going to wash out pretty quickly. So these aren't going to be great for textiles. Onion, though, has tannins in it. And tannins make things bitter, but they also make things color fast. So I did not need to worry about using vinegar with the onion bath. But with eggs, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to eat them anyway. So what I'm going to do now that the dye bath is ready is I'm going to take the egg and pop it in and kind of roll it around. I'm going to let it sit. And with these natural dyes, you want to let it sit for up to 24 hours. You want to keep stirring them over time just to rotate the eggs and get it fully in the bath. After even just a couple of seconds in the onion bath, you can already start to see where that color line is forming. You can see this line down the middle of the egg with part of the egg that was not fully submerged and part of the egg that was. So the important. All right, so it has been overnight, so I'm going to now take the eggs out and let them sit on this drying rack. This is from the beet dye, so you can definitely see that color has adhered. We'll let them dry. You can also see that there is some little layers. Since these are fresh eggs, there's like a film over top. So you might see some speckling, and that is okay. This is the onion bath. So you can see that line where it didn't get fully submerged, but that's okay. We've got this nice dark color. The turmeric, you can see the turmeric kind of settled out. That is okay. Still has some fun color. Now I'm just going to set them aside and let them dry. And you can see definitely some really fun colors. How will your eggs turn out? What colors will you make? Enjoy!